So the hotel was down this way. I'm heading this way, going to the Erwin Outdoor Supply, the outfitter. I feel a little bit different. And gonna see if I can find me a new hat. The ugly hat has a lot of miles on it, but it's thick and it gets very hot. So if I can find a lightweight hat, I'll get that, and then I'll try to get a ride to the trail, or I guess I'll walk the trail. See how many miles I can get in. It's just right around noon right now. Here's Erwin, Tennessee, at the Erwin Outdoor Supply. They do not have the hat that I need, but the ugly hat will work. They have Trail Magic. I didn't want a beer, but the lady at the front told me I need. They didn't have any lightweight hats, so I'll stick with Old Ugly. About 3.5 miles to the trailhead. Could have tried to call for a shuttle, but it's early. Just gonna walk, and if somebody gives me a ride, that's great, and if they don't, that's great too. So if I wanted to ride, I probably should have picked a different route, kind of a residential area. But I thought this was a very interesting store, and that everything's free. Bring donations. Very cool. So right after that last video, I was walking through the neighborhood, and an older couple asked me if I was on the AT and offered me a ride to the trailhead. So getting ready to go across the bridge, start my day. There's a shelter just a few miles up the trail. Sounds pretty nice. So I don't know if I want to get into a hurry or if I just want to relax and enjoy my day. It's 1:15, and I'm heading out of town. Didn't actually go to the store and buy a bunch of food because I only think I'm a few days from Roane, where I'm going to get a resupply box. So here I go. All right, I am officially back on trail. The word is it's going to rain on me before the day's over. Sure you couldn't tell looking at it now. I remember that railroad bridge from yesterday, which means that I was up there somewhere looking down. I thought I was supposed to be going up. So the next shelter is 1,300 foot up and 3 miles by trail that way. I just came from this way. But down here, I think there's a restaurant with food, and I'm just remembering that I ate a couple of donuts with some coffee this morning. So I'm gonna go check it out. I don't know how long I'll stay, but a burger wouldn't hurt. So I spent a few hours here. Good conversation, nice relaxing. Time to get back to the trail. About a mile from the shelter. Gets a little rocky and steep. Here is the water source. Not bad. There's Curly Gap shelter. And my tent is right over there through the trees.
Got it. Oh, and it's on video.
And he's got it. Not a terrible late start, but not an early start. Figure about 5 hours before it starts raining. Got my poncho handy. Not sure if I'm going to do a short day because of it, because you can't just hike whenever the weather's good. We'll see. Legs feel good, knees are good. A little bit of up, a little bit of down. This is right above where the shelter's at. Let's see. Several tents back over here. Heading up this way. Going up there. Just came from over there. Hello, rabbit. I can see you. Came from that way. Going this way. The wind's starting to pick up and it's pretty cloudy. Hopefully I still have a couple hours to get over Unaka Mountain before it starts raining. Coming up from there, on up there, less than a mile from the first peak, which is called Beauty Spot, and then a couple miles farther to Unaka Mountain. Just heard thunder in the distance, not very close, but I might not be taking much of a break until I get over Unaka Mountain. Came from over there. And I think that's the Beauty Spot up there. This is Beauty Spot. It's getting a little cloudy, getting a little darker. And that up there, I believe, is Unaka Mountain. Got 3 miles to go. I think it's like 1 down, 2 up, and about 1,000 foot of elevation gain. No rain yet. Figure I need 2 hours, hour and a half to get up over that next peak. And then if it has to rain, I'm okay with it. Just got water down there. Coming up this way. It's only 1.5 miles to the peak and 1,000 foot of elevation gain. So I don't know why it looks so steep. So this is the summit of Unaka Mountain. We could see it from the beauty spot. We knew it was covered with trees. I don't know why I was expecting a view. Going down the other side. Forgot to say it's not quite 12:30 yet, like 12:15. Path is kind of rocky, kind of rooty. If the rain's going to hit, it's probably going to hit in about a half hour. But I'm hoping that it fizzles out before it makes it all the way over here. We're going to have rain tonight though, so I'll get some rain no matter what. Came from over there. It's 1 o'clock. Started sprinkling. So, got the rain cover on. Pretty much got it on and then it stopped. But I have enough service to look at the weather map. It looks like it could start to rain and last for like an hour. So if it gets very bad, I'll pull on the poncho, but right now I think I'm okay. All right, so it's coming down for real now. Gonna try the poncho for a while. Gonna go uphill a little bit. And hopefully it doesn't last for long. So it rained for about a half hour. You gotta hold off before I take off the poncho, just in case it starts back up. When the trail's flat, it's all right, but whenever it's at an angle, it's a little bit slick. So it's about 3 o'clock. I've done 15 miles. This is going to be my water source. Get a little bit of something to drink. Keep going. The sun's out. It got hot and steamy. Came down from there. And I'm going down that way. It's 6 o'clock and there's a tent site around here. It looks like I'd have no problem gathering enough wood for a fire, but I didn't bring water up from the last water source. Next water source is 7/10 of a mile ahead, and then there's another place where I think I'm going to try to camp about another 7/10 after that, so about 1.5 miles left. It's gonna rain tonight, so I want to pick a good spot. There's a shelter in about 2.5 miles, but I'm sure that it's filled up by now. That's Greasy Creek Gap. It's a mile to where I was wanting to make camp, although this right here is right at 20 miles for the day. And I'm still thinking, with rain coming tonight, do I want to be down here or do I want to be higher up? But while I'm thinking about that, I'm going to go get water. The next tent site has a spring, but nobody's commented on it since last year, so I don't know if it's flowing right now or not. But down here, there's supposed to be a pretty good spring. The guide says that water is 1/10 of a mile from the trail. I have my doubts. When I got back, it was about 10 till 7, so I figured this is a good spot. Set up my tent, expecting rain tonight. I noticed new rips. I'm worried that the tent's not going to make it to Maine. It's the only spot that I noticed, but if it rains tonight, I'm sure I'll find any new spots that have opened up. Anyway, so going to make a fire, going to make dinner, get some sleep, take off in the morning. Getting a little bit of a late start. Not because I wasn't comfortable, woke up dry, or because a hiker by the name of Hollywood showed up last night, stayed up late talking. This morning got up and had other stuff I wanted to talk about. During the night, somebody else did show up. This morning I thought it was Nugs. It looked like his tent, but Nugs doesn't sleep this late, so I'm not sure who that was. Got 26 miles to the Mountain Harbor Hostel over by Roane, Tennessee. Could do that in one day, but I wouldn't really enjoy it. I've got a resupply box arriving there, so I figure if I do a full day today, which they took the rain out of the forecast for today, moved it to tomorrow, so I can get up tomorrow, have a half day into the hostel, hopefully before it starts raining, enjoy a shower, laundry, eat. That's my plan. I'm the first one out of camp just because there wasn't many people there. And whenever you camp by yourself or you're the first one out of camp, means that you get to catch all the spider webs in the morning. This is the campsite I thought about going to last night. The hike here seemed really easy this morning. And it looks nice. Doesn't look like it gets as much use as the other one. A lot more grass. Big flat spot there. Anyway, I'm off. Little Rock Knob Vista. Might be the best view of the whole day. So I know that was a little bit windy up there. So that wasn't my big uphill of the day though. 7 miles, I'll go up to where there was a hotel, Cloudland Hotel. So I got 2.5 of down, then up, and that should be the high point of my day. This is Hughes Gap Road, which means I have about 2,400 foot of elevation gain in the next 4.5 miles. Heading up this way. Coming up from down there, sometimes they'll be almost flat or very gradual. Then you'll have rocky steps, and you just keep going up. Coming up from down there, I go up there and then switch back. Got rocks on rocks. All right, I think this is about the high point of my day. I think this is where they say there was a hotel up here, but I'm gonna go down, back up, and see the highest shelter on the AT. And it's time for a little bit of downhill. It's uphill, but I have to check it out, don't I? 1/10 of a mile my butt. A fourth wall. I've always thought that these shelters could use a fourth wall and a door. Ooh, nice. Little up, little down, little up. Then I get some downhill. Coming up to the top of Round Bald. There's the gap I was just at. Going up there somewhere, but I'm gonna go this way. This is Round Bald. I think I'm going over here for Jane Bald, which says it's the exact same height as this bald. So I don't think it can be that one because that's higher. So maybe it's one of these over here. Anyway, here I am. Gonna go a little bit down, a little bit back up. The way up to Jane Bald is noticeably steeper. So there's Grassy Bald. I am on Jane Bald. And then it looks like I'm gonna go straight across up over that. There's a side trail that goes up there, but I don't really care about that. I'm just gonna keep going over the other side. Sorry, almost forgot to get this. So I'm getting some downhill, pretty gentle. Some spots have a lot of rocks. And a lot of the little yellow flowers that look upside down. A day hiker just told me that these are like a trout lily, and all these little white ones are a Carolina beauty. So now we learned something new. I could probably sleep in here if I really needed to or really wanted to. Don't think I'd have room for any company though. Coming downhill is kind of rooty and rocky. So I'm not quite flowing as fast as I'd like, but it's still better than going up. So Yellow Gap, or Yellow Mountain Gap. Anyway, I came down from over there. It's 6:15, so I still think I got a little bit more in me. So I'm going to go up over Little Hump Mountain, find some water, and find a place to camp. The shelter that they talk about here, or the barn, is closed. They're afraid it's going to collapse. Starting to rethink that decision to go over Little Hump Mountain. It's kind of steep right here. Thought I only had like 800 foot of elevation gain in a mile and a half. Maybe that means it'll get easier later. Coming from over there. And that's the top of Little Hump Mountain. Say it's about a half mile and 200 foot up. So I better get after it. Looks like a sheltered place to camp. I didn't bring any water with me, so gonna keep on going over. So it looks like I'm having trouble with the SD card again. And I'm losing footage. Even footage that I had loaded to a video before isn't showing up. So I have to figure this out. Last couple of hours, I'd set down my phone to go get my earbuds to edit it. And there was an accident up on the road. So I went up, and checked on people, make sure everybody was breathing, not bleeding too bad. And then they didn't have enough firemen, so I've been directing traffic for a couple hours. So that's my excitement for the day. I'm going to see if I can get as much footage as I can, edit it together, and post it.